While most mecha games so far have been painfully slow-paced strategy RPGs, this week's game tries to deviate from that formula. This week's game is Harobots, developed and published by Sunrise Interactive and released on October 7th, 1999. Sunrise Interactive is the defunct video game production arm of the Sunrise Animation Studio. Sunrise brought us a lot of iconic anime over the years, such as Gundam, Cowboy Bebop, Escaflowne, Love Live, and Code Geass. It's a subsidiary of Bandai Namco Holdings, and in 2008, corporate restructuring ended up consolidating a lot of the redundant video game studios across the larger holdings company into Bandai Namco Entertainment, leading to the team being disbanded. Nowadays, Sunrise's involvement in the video game industry is limited to contributing animation sequences and cutscenes for Bandai Namco games. Harobots is a Sunrise fanservice take on a Pokemon-like monster collection RPG. The name Harobots comes from the character Haro, a spherical robot which originally served as the mascot for the Gundam franchise, but over time became more of a mascot for the Sunrise studio as a whole. This is a game where you play as a Haro trainer, trying to make your Haro as strong as possible while completing various battles and minigames. Instead of battling your Haro directly against each other, Haro are capable of summoning mecha from series animated by Sunrise to fight on their behalf. The game features mechs from 41 distinct Sunrise robot anime series from 1977 to 1999, with 3 of the series having just started airing the month of the game's release. Despite Haro's origin from the initial Gundam series, you may be surprised to hear that no Gundam appear in the title whatsoever. There are some surface-level similarities to the Medarot games in this. Both are ultimately about fighting robots against each other and collecting parts, or in this case robot data, to allow your Haro to transform into various robots. The presentation of the battles is also rather similar, and there are some cute flourishes and animations here and there throughout the battles. The battle system does seem somewhat simplified in comparison, boiling down a robot's set of skills to a basic attack, a finishing move, and a support skill. An example of a support skill would be the opening robot's weakness scanner, which tells you what type of attack your opponent is weak to. After having used that move, you could swap out to a different kind of robot of that type and go to town. In Medarot, you could target a specific arm to disable the most threatening weapon equipped, but here you're fighting against a singular HP bar for the opposing robot. Harobots was remade on the Game Boy Color a year later in December of 2000 under the name GB Harobots, and featured some system improvements and color graphics, but I feel much like with the Medarot series, the graphics are better in the WonderSwan version despite being grayscale. The series also had entries on the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS before Sunrise Interactive's demise ended the series for good. Due to the complexity of negotiating deals with all of the licensees for the featured series in the West, the Harobot series was never released outside of Japan. While the sample size right now is pretty limited, so far it's looking like Monster Collection RPGs might be the hidden gems on the WonderSwan. Sure, compared to the Pokemon series they might be a little bit less exciting, but all of them have had some unique elements and have been executed solidly enough to make me want to keep playing them. Harobots is no exception, and the combination of the cute Haro designs with the actual non-super deformed mech designs from the series they're pulling from never feel out of place or at odds with each other. My one complaint about this game is that hiragana and katakana characters in the game's text are rendered at half width, while kanji are rendered at full width, and I find the inconsistency to make text harder to read and more exhausting to read over the length of a long play session. That aside, if the language barrier is no issue for you, I would greatly recommend picking this game up.